Hey guys, I'm Bradu. I'm back for some Shadowdark. Apparently I'm back to having technical difficulties too. So I just started a video. I did some off-screen stuff, so I recapped that, and I started hex crawling, and then the video shut down. And nothing had really happened, so I can give a quick recap. So off camera, after the last episode, we were in a town for Kari. We rested up. We did carousing, but instead of carousing, I used the tables in the GM's companion for combat training and acts of devotion. And other than getting Thane to level up, he gained a new spell on that note, and it is... What's his new spell? Should be a surprise. I forget. Sound Burst. Okay, which was, I think, from Novice Magic. So we did that, got our XP, and we gained an ally out of the combat training too. Abbott gained a thug ally, and the way I'm taking that is not that it's a thug like a criminal, but just that we'll use the thug stat block, and it's somebody who was impressed with Abbott's combat prowess and wanted to join him and hear about what he was doing or whatever. And what I decided to do there is we are going to use him as our torchbearer / lantern bearer. I guess we have a lantern. I'm going to name him Heeg in honor of my buddy who used to smoke and say, my buddy Dave. I should get him to play some D&D. I'm going to go have a Heeg. That meant cigarette, so light. He's our light. That's where I came up with that name. All right. And we also have is this Rodrigo Silva? No, something Silva. It's not Rodrigo, is it? Because that was Hadhigo Pajeda. So something Silva. I forget his name. Alfonso Silva. And he also, a couple episodes back, offered to join our group as he's a former goat herder who had fallen on hard times and offered to be an animal trainer. And basically we bought a cart and a horse, and so he's leading the cart. So we have, I was initially thinking it was like a wagon like we could ride in, but I think we still have to walk. But anyway, that's what we're looking at now. Now, as far as we left the town, this is what happened in the short session that just got cut off. I traveled through a couple hexes. I found a dead halfling with some caltrops and a short bow, so I decided the short bow should go to Heeg just in case he needs it. I'm definitely not planning to use him as a combatant or a full member, but on that note, Nura will split her arrows with him for now. So that means if either of them rolls a 1, they are out of arrows, but the other one would still have some. We avoided some knights that seemed to be somewhat aggressively following us in the next hex, and we did get out of there, but we actually had to avoid them twice. So it was a little bit like, what's going on? Like they were clearly following us at one point. We got to the next hex, so now we're in our third hex of the day, and it is difficult terrain, so we actually probably have to rest halfway through this hex. But first, we're late evening, I guess. We've gone through 2 hexes, and I did roll a random encounter that we cannot avoid. So what's going to happen is, as our party is traveling near the water, there's rocky stuff, there's some, I picked a nice map that seemed to fit the description of the hex, maybe not in the exact order, because it's like we're traveling probably out on the grassy stuff, but there's also rocky outcroppings near the water. So we got a little bit of all of it. But anyway, what happens is we see a griffin, and it swoops down like it's going to attack. So we're going to go straight into initiative here. Got some new dice we're trying out. I should fold this map. All my dice are going to roll everywhere. Okay, so new dice for the bad guys is black. 17. He definitely goes first. Who's he going to attack? I don't want it to be... Well, you know what it's going to be? We're going to go for our group, Heeg, or the horse. That's what I think. I think there's a chance it goes for the horse. 4 is going to be my last member, which is Thane. So it's going to swoop down. I think that means it would come from this angle and swoop down and attack Thane. And we have a griffin. That could probably be pretty scary. I haven't looked it up yet. All right, a winged hunter with the head of an eagle and body of a lion. Oh, their favorite food is horses. Maybe I should have made 5/6 a horse and left my lantern bearer alone. But he'll go after, okay, so he'll go after Thane though, because I did roll that fair and square. And it rolls 2 wrens. Oof. +4. Miss on the first one. Nat miss on the second one. Ooh. Okay, so on a nat miss, to me for a griffin, it means it was trying to swoop down, make an attack, and swoop back up, but it got tangled up. Maybe Abbott grabbed it or something, and he got kind of tangled up and thrown down. So for at least for a moment, he's on the ground, not airborne, and we have a chance. So let's go. On that note, let's just have Abbott go. And you know what? Because we're in a hex and not a dungeon, I'm going to go into rage. I got to remember to use rage. I'm going to go into rage, and he's going to attack with his great axe. Or no, he's got a new weapon. He's going to attack with his... That's one of the things I did in town. I swapped a couple weapons. I think I gave... Yeah, so I gave him that golden warhammer. Oh, shoot. A 10 is going to hit. 10 is going to hit for D10 +1 because of the rage. So 8 damage for the griffin. This poor griffin might have made a big mistake here. Orgo is just going to attack with his... I gave the great... So that's what I did. Abbott took the warhammer that they found and gave his great axe to Orgo. So Orgo's actually got a better weapon. He's always had a D6 weapon. He now has a D8 weapon. He is using his shield, so it's only a D8. And he doesn't know how to wield it yet. He hasn't got enough practicing, so he misses his first attack. Nura will go ahead and shoot an arrow, even though she's not like far away. She would maybe run to some distance and take a shot. And she's going to miss. Oh, so it is going to get to fly away again anyway, isn't it? Unless Thane does something. What does Thane have that would be helpful here? I've been playing Thane's boomerang sap wrong for quite a while. I don't think I want to cast a spell here, even though he could, because I really want to go for the damage. We want to see if we can wound this thing. So he's going to run up and try to hit with the boomerang sap at melee range. So it's a +4. That was weird. It does hit, though. He's an AC 12, so it does hit. It's a D4 +1, so I don't think he does enough to kill him. 3 damage. It does, though, do enough to force a morale check for the griffin. So that is kind of what we're hoping for here, I guess, is for the griffin. Well, actually, I don't want the griffin to take off, but it would because, yeah, 20. Okay, so this goes along with our common theme. He just rolled a nat 1 on that black dice, and now it rolls a 20, of course. And I think that means he gets away, and we don't even get to attack him. I don't think we would get... I think he gets away quickly. At best, I might give Nura a shot. I don't think so. But on that note, I am going to play this a little bit differently. So the griffin flies away, and we watch where it flies, and that's where I do want to continue this a little bit, maybe. Nura will try to track the griffin. And I guess this doesn't make total sense, but I'm going to do, for Nura, I'm going to do a tracking roll, and she gets advantage on those, versus a stealth check for the eagle, or the griffin. Which isn't necessarily trying to stealth, but it is trying to get away quickly. That's how I'll play that. And Nura gets an 18 versus a 9. So here's what happens. Nura's able to follow and keep a close enough eye on where this thing goes. And let's pause real quick so I can fix this up. And now I paused and I was like, oh God, I shouldn't have paused them. That's going to stop my video somehow. Okay, so this is why I wanted to do this. A griffin, this is what the combat icon says. A griffin has taken over a cave high in the hills and frequently flies in the warm updrafts looking for prey. So that's why we had the combat. And because it said a cave, and I had this neat map with a cave. I gotta get something better with that. Don't worry about that. Everything's fine. We are going to follow it to its cave, essentially. So on that note, we'll keep this guy kind of far away. We will have a lantern lit because it is a cave, or he'll be ready to light the lantern anyway. And I guess I'll have Nura lead the way because she was tracking it, which usually she's in the back where she's safer. That might be dumb, but anyway. So we follow into this cave. Should I treat this cave as a dungeon? Nah, I'm tempted because I like dungeons. But it doesn't have the dungeon icon, and it really just says this griffin has taken over this cave. So I think the thing we'll do here is I'll have Nura try to make a stealth check at normal to come up and get an eye on the griffin without getting spotted, essentially. A 5, so she doesn't. So I think what happens probably is as she's getting close, the griffin knows there's danger and doesn't want to get trapped in this cave and comes out and attacks Nura. So that's what we'll do. Sorry, Nura. Oh, that's 20. That's a 20 again. Oh my. Well, that's what I get for putting Nura in front. But somebody else would have been in trouble too. 2 rend plus 4 for 1d10. So this is a massive. So that's 2d10 on the damage. 83 damage? Oh, just kidding. That's 11. 8. We're treating that as an 8. So she takes 11 damage. That's a lot. She is not my healthiest character. And it gets another attack. That's real, probably bad. Oh, 2 ones. That's going to be a hit, though, because her AC is not real high. So it gets another. Come on. Not high. Ooh, 7. That is enough to put her down. So Nura. Oh, boy. What happens here? I don't like this. Huh. The question I have is, does this thing fly off with Nura? And I think it probably would. It doesn't necessarily say anything about an ability to do that, but it's clearly bigger and stronger than her. She's now dead. Not dead, but she's at 0 hit points. We need to roll initiative. That's what we need to do. We need to roll initiative, because if we win initiative, our party gets to go. I'm going to maybe say that was his move, was to come out and attack Nura. Because I didn't roll initiative, right? Let's do that. So if he wins initiative, he is flying off with her. And if we win initiative, we're able to get in on him before he can do that. 17, he wins the initiative. So he grabs Nura and starts to fly away. And he can move double near. So 12, essentially 12 squares away, which is far. Not far, it's double near. It's far for my axe throwers. And Nura is our ranged attacker. So, woo! Are we in some trouble? Do I have a way to get her? I might, but I might have to think about this real quick. A silver javelin is going to do, let's see what my javelin does. Javelin, range, far. Okay, so I can throw a javelin, and I think my 2 dwarves have javelins. They do. So I'm going to throw javelins with Abbott and Orgo, probably. So Abbott, 9. Javelin is a +4. That is a hit. 13 for D4 damage. He only does D4. Do need some big damage. 4. Woo! Okay. Does that kill it? Nope, it doesn't kill it. Orgo, same thing. He's gonna throw a javelin, and then we'll run too because we gotta stay as close as we can. Orgo, oh, the fold of the map caused my 20 to go 2. So Orgo misses. Thane has the boomerang sap. Now that's a specialty weapon. It's not in the book. So my question is, can the sap go far enough to hit this thing? I'm going to have him run up. I'm going to say yes, but it's a disadvantage. So I'm going to give him the shot at disadvantage. Oh, it's a hit. 12 plus 4 for D4 plus 1, and it boomerangs back to him. But only 1 damage, so 2. That is not enough to kill this thing. It is still going for its life. Oh boy. So get up here, buddy. We need you. You got a bow. Nura gave you arrows for just this reason. He's a thug. So he does have a stat block. And I don't think they have, if they don't have a ranged weapon, I'm giving him a short bow. So that's what he has. Yeah, short sword. +1. His dex is 0, so it's at a +0. But I don't think short bow goes far, right? He wouldn't be at disadvantage. He'd just be a +0. Yeah. He hits! He hits for D4 on a short bow, I think. Or is it D6? Oh, no. It's not. I think I've been playing that it's a D6, but instead of calling that, because I rolled it, I'm going to use my luck token and hope I get not a 1. Not a 1. Okay. So he shoots the griffin out of the air, dead. The griffin and Nura both drop to the ground, and she, on this turn, we have to see what her death timer is, right? But she has a minimum of 1 round. Death timer of 2. And she's got a con of no. So she's got 2. Okay, that is huge, because that means, oh, there's bad news too. That means we can get to her. Because now Thane has a round. Well, can we get, that was 12. We ran 6. We can get there, right? We can get there. He can run up. Oh, but it's not going to do any good. If I miss the roll, it's not going to do any good. Thane has to try. Here we go. Thane has to try Cure Wounds. I need a +4. I think I need a 7 only. make sense? I said only. God, come on. Okay. So now is my only chance. He doesn't have any other healing, and she's got our other healing. I need a 7 only. I can try intelligence checks to stop her bleed. Oh God, what am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. I can try an intelligence check. I think I need a 15 or something like that. Big one from Abbott. 18. That will definitely do it. So Abbott, what's the word I'm looking for? Stops the problem. She is now okay, but at 0 hit points. So we're going to take her into this cave, which we knew to be the Griffins. I'm kind of guessing it's a pretty safe spot, but I don't want 100%. We'll make some sort of check for that. So we'll bring him down here. I mean, I'm assuming the cave goes back enough that we could fit in it. Ooh, that was a little scary. So she's not dead, and we should be able to regain hit points. We needed to rest anyway, so I think that's what we do, is take a rest here. But I also think this is where we make our treasure check for the random encounter Griffin. Does this cave have any treasure 4, 5, or 6? Yes. And the Griffin is level 4. Let's go first to the GM companion for the treasure check and see what I get on that one. Treasure 4 to 6, right? Yep. Okay. See what we can do. 24. Not too exciting. See if it's fitting. I like to check if the other one makes more sense. This one's more fun, but neither one is. So we're going radiantly cut prism of translucent quartz. That makes sense in the sense that it pulled some treasure back to its nest. 30 gold piece value. Okay. And I guess what I would do is there anything else in this cave that is of any threat to us? I think it's probably unlikely, but I'll make it a 50-50 just to be on the fair side. So a high roll means yes, there's something. 8, there is nothing. We're fine. We can rest here. I no longer have a long, I'm missing half the party, but we're going to try to take our long rest here in the cave. Set up a good enough camp to get Nura back to healed up. Who would be my camper? Nura would normally be the one to set up a camp. Is camp a wisdom? I guess I'll go with Thane on that. See if he can set up a camp. 3. So our camp is not at all safe. So what that means is we still need to make random encounter checks during this hex to see if anything bothers us while we rest. And it's every 2 hours, and we really have, that's a lot. I don't know that I would say we would, given that we're in a cave, I don't know that we'd have a high chance like that. Every 2 hours would be 6 rolls. For the 12 hours that's non-traveling time per day, I'm going to cut that in half. I will make 3 checks. That's what I'll do. Yeah, we'll do one at a time. Nope. Don't roll off. Nope. And yes. Okay. We do have an encounter before we're done resting. So we want Nura to be, and I don't know what what type of chart I would use for this. I guess it would have to be something, either maybe something coastal. Maybe I can find a coastal encounter check. Okay. Would there be another griffin? Would that be the most likely? Would another griffin be the most likely? Like they actually, like it's a pair of griffins? Maybe so. Let's see if I can just find any kind of a coastal encounter check. Oh, you know what? There's probably one in here. In the core book. Ocean. There's also a cave one. So it's not a dungeon cave, and we're not in the ocean. So that's tricky. But we're near the river and coast. Okay, so I'm going to roll a D100. I'll look at river and coast, and I'll look at cave, and I'll make a decision what makes the most sense. Ooh, this one makes sense to me. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. All right, we're going for it. Ooh, Stormcloud 2 is kind of interesting. God, that one's kind of cool too. But in the spirit of Shadowdark, we are going to go with the first one I said that ooh makes sense. Oh no! This could be certain death. Okay, here's what's happened. Like, while we're in the cave thinking we're all safe and whatnot, in the middle of the night, some stingbats wake up. And here we are, like, in the dark, resting nicely, and all of a sudden we hear, like, the flapping from higher in the cave than we realize existed, and I rolled 8. So that's not great. Here we go. I'm going to stop this video right here because we're already kind of a long video for not much going on. And next episode, next session, we will begin with Stingbats attacking the party. Nura is still at 0 hit points, and the rest of the group is trying to sleep. See you then.